So today what I wanted to talk to you is on that important sutta called Sanya Sutta. Okay, this is in Anguttara Nikaya 11.7. It's a very nice, intriguing sutta. I think Kalyan might have some clarity, or others. I don't feel like Shaniel requires that clarity, but still it's good to understand. So the story goes this way. So he asked this question that Siyanu ko bhante, that is bhante, tell me one thing, bhikkuno tata rupo samadhi patilabo yatha neva pataviyam patavi sanya sanni assa na apasmim apo sanni assa na tejasmim tejo sanni assa na vayasmim vayu sanni assa na akashanchayatane sanni assa na vinyananchayatani assa na akinchayatani sanni assa na neva sanya na sanya na sanyayatani assa na idhaloke sanni assa na paraloke sanni assa yampidam dhittam sutam mutam vinyatam pattam pariyesitam anuvicharitam manasa tatrapi na sanni assa sanni cha pa assa iti. Meaning, what he's asking is, when somebody goes into this samadhi which you are talking about, Nirodha Samāpatti, can there be a state of existence where the person doesn't have an experience of Patvi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, then Akashanchayatana, Vinyananchayatana, Akinchayatana, Nevasanya, Nasanyayatana, Idhaloka, this world, Paraloka, that other world, then Hita, Sutta, Muta, Vinyata, that means seeing, heard, sense, cognized. And yet, he's percipient. Got the problem statement? Got it or didn't get it? That's the first thing. So just don't nod your head, yeah, I got it. I don't think so anybody of you got it, what he's trying to ask. I sure you understood what he's trying to ask.
Can you say that one more time? Just repeat it one more time, please.
This one in Pali or in English?
English.
Okay. It's like this, Shaniel. You're sitting in that office with that half brick studios. Now, you, for a second, go on a trance in which you are not percipient of the earthliness in the earth, that is hardness, the wateriness in the water, the fieriness in the fire, the airiness in the air, the spaciousness in the space, the consciousness in the conscious, like that to everything, and yet 100% percipient of it. It's a paradoxical, but that's what Nirodha Samāpatti is. Somebody can't say, Shaniel, I think you're dead. The word Shaniel will make you alive. Yeah, what did he say? I thought you're dead. Yeah, I'm dead. But I'm alive. Come on, what shit is that? Yes, that's a shit. What I'm in. That's the question what Ananda is asking. That is Nirodha Samāpatti. And Buddha's answer is even more baffling than his question in that sutta. If you, I think Aryu will open up that 11.7, or rather I can share the screen, and it would be very intriguing sutta, basically. I hope you can see my screen. Okay, and then so it goes like this. So he's asking how this can be He's saying it could be Ananda. So now the question comes, have you experienced something like this? And that you will experience when you're in Nirodha Samāpatti. I can keep this screen for some more time for everybody to go through, especially Shaniel seems to be literally reading every word of it. So fine.
No, I've read it now. Thank you.
Okay. Any doubt you have, Shaniel, on your attainment of it?
No,
Perfectly
No.
fine.
perfectly fine.
That's how you have experienced.
Mhm.
Kalyan, are you still around?
I am, sir. I'm here.
Because you went off in the video, so I didn't know whether I'm still talking to someone or not. Anyway, so
No, it might be in the other page.
okay, not a worry. So basically, that's how you would experience. So now, if somebody were to ask me this question, how? So Buddha's answer is even more intriguing. आप वहीं पे बैठ जाए आराम से. This is all what he answers. एतम संतम एतम पणितम यदिदम सब्ब संकार समतो सब्बूपदी पटिनि सग्गो तन्हखयो विरागो निरोधो निब्बाण. That's it. For that big question of Ananda. And the words he uses are the same. He says, yeah, this is how it is. And Ananda got up from there and he went and asked Sariputta. Sanya Sutta, 11.7, Anguttara Nikaya. So then he exactly says the same thing. Accharyam avuso, adbhutam avuso, yatahi nama sattu cheva savakasya cha tena atto vyanjanena vyanjananam samadhi sat sam sandhisati samesati na vighahisati yadidam aggapadasmim idha idhanaham avuso bhagavantam upasankhamitva etamattam apucham. But this poor guy has not understood anything what he said except for exclaiming that you and teacher spoke the same thing because it seems the experience is the same. And he leaves it. Now, if I were to ask you, Shania, if you have not experienced this, nothing will go in your head. So if you are truly an anagami, you would experience this. So just to cutting short, Kalyan, is that you require to reach anagami to get this right. And that's the reason I wanted to take this sutta. Now let me explain what he's trying to say so that it doesn't leave you hard and high and dry. So let me try my best to explain how this whole thing works and why I chose to use anesthesia. Whereas during the Buddha time, they didn't have anesthesia, otherwise he would have explained the same way. So let me do some justice. So let's understand what is this etam santam etam panitam yadidam sabba sankhara samato sabbupadi patinisaggo tanhakhayo virago nirodha nibbana. We'll break it. Now, as we covered yesterday, the first jhana to the 8th jhana. Use again for those who have forgotten. We'll take the half brick stuff, what is there. What is half brick, Kalyan?
So each word is defining something of brick
No.
or as a whole.
No. What do you feel? I mean, what do you feel that half brick is?
It's just giving me an image of a brick that is broken.
Where there's a brick? Where's a brick there?
Like that image that I.
But where is the brick?
In my mind.
No, where exactly is the brick?
I didn't get you, sir. Sorry.
No, my question is, he's put there half brick. Where is the brick in the first place? Okay, let me explain to you.
Yes, sir.
The word brick will create a brick for you. But where is the brick? So what Ananda is asking Buddha is, can you have a perception like that brick, right? And yet not percipient of it. You understand the question? So I'm seeing brick, but I don't have to create a brick. Whether it's half brick or full brick, I don't care, but I don't even have to create it one. So there's no creation. If there's no creation, then there's no destruction. You got the point? If half brick is there, that's created. If it is created, it's going to get destroyed. Either Shaniel himself will destroy it one day, or he will sell that company to someone, or something is going to happen. Because that half brick will never remain half brick. Yes?
So are you trying to say, like, not trying to say, are you saying this that suppose how our names in India, every name has a meaning, but for someone who is not from our culture, when they get the name, they don't know the meaning or they're not seeing the person, but they get the name and it's just a name.
It's just a label.
Okay, got it.
Same thing, this half brick is just a label. So do you have any feeling? No. Do you have any perception of it? No. Because brick is a perception. Right? If I say there is a brick, there should be a perception. Otherwise, how will I see the brick? So I've seen the brick somewhere, a brick. And that brick is coming in front of me. When we're reading that alphabets, I'm getting brick. So what happens to the alphabet? It's gone. It's replaced by brick. And now, I don't know, again, I don't know why Shaniel is so adamant. I told him yesterday to make that F to come straight. I can't stand that. It's fallen. F is fallen. Why? I want to know why. Because it's not making half. It's a trouble to me. Because my perception, half means center, half, right? Right? So that's what I would mean. Take two parts means one part and one part. It is 50%. And now when I see that thing, I think he's lost interest in all of this. I think when I go there, I need to put it back in a proper way. But that half remains half. Because in my mind, I'm struggling with the perception. That perception of half. And it is creating a half perception of 50%. The brick is exactly split 50%. So what Buddha is saying is, for a moment, you are having no half brick at all. Got the point? This struggle is gone. Etam santam, etam panitam. This is peaceful. This is excellent. Why? The half brick itself is not there. Yedidam sabba sankhara samato. Now I am telling him, Shaniel, why that F is like this? Please keep it this way. And not only I'm burning myself, I'm burning this poor guy. It is his company. What he wants to do with that symbol, it's up to him. Is it my company? Or why am I? Forget the company. That is not even a company. It's just some showcase. He has put something there and what it does to me. Why am I bothered in the first place? So, if I don't bother, then there is no sankhara. There's no intentions that it should be like this. I want that F move forward like this. I am not that impressed with the font. It looks something weird. And then Shaniel has to explain me the concept. Hey, Vilas, you know what? That B is looking like bricks, right? So that structure is like a brick structure. Ah, got it. And R is the same kind? Yes. Oh, okay. Now I understand. But why A is not like that? No, A can't be like that. Okay, okay. But why C is like this? And by the time Shaniel is pissed off because I'm asking for every alphabet, what's the reason why it is in that way? Because in my mind, I am creating an image, a concept of how that half brick is. Now, that is sankhara. I don't do any sankhara. I see that. And if I want, I can read it. Otherwise, I'm not ignoring it. Please. One another problem is we ignore. Nothing to ignore. I'm seeing it. But there is no expression out of that half brick, whatever is put there. Sabba sankhara samato. Sabbupadi patini saggo. That means, no, the upadi means you create something. And that half brick in my mind is not created. Patini saggo. It is not bonded, not bound by that thing. Tanhakhayo. Is there a craving for me to take hold of that half brick or full brick or brick itself? Virago. I'm not particularly interested in that. I don't have raga. Nirodho, cessation. It ceased to exist as half brick. Nibbana. Am I in Nibbana? The answer is yes. But you're not closing your eyes. Doesn't matter. Why? Eyes are not taking anything. Ears are not taking anything. Nose is not taking anything. Tongue is not taking anything. Okay? Body is not taking anything. And hence, there is no experience in the mind. Now, instead of half brick, I'll put it on Shaniel. Shaniel is just an object on which the label is attached. Assuming that there is a robot, and the robot is named Shaniel. Shaniel the robot. It'll do everything, whatever you say. I'll say, Shaniel, jump, and it jumps. Shaniel, why don't you code? And it codes. Shaniel, what's this game? That's the game, blah, blah. It has all AI and it knows how to react. It has emotions and blah, blah. All the things what a normal human being could do and it's doing. But I know Shaniel is a machine. So do I have viraga? Yes, absolutely. Nirodha, cessation. Do I get hooked by Shaniel? Unless I've gone mad. Nibbana. You understand? And that's how you can cut the perception. So Buddha is saying to Ananda, listen, you can do both. You can cut the perception and yet be percipient of it. That means when I see Shenial, I know he is made up of Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo. I know. But I know the body constitution is only this. Like mine, so his. And then can he enter into space? Yes, I can enter. He can also enter. Can I enter into infinite consciousness? Yes, as I enter infinite consciousness, he can also enter infinite consciousness. Okay, then can he have no self experience? As I have no self experience, so also he can have no self experience. And lastly, can he have neither perception nor non-perception experience? Yes, he can. Absolutely. He can do the same thing with half bricks. He is percipient of half brick, but not interested in half brick at all. And then cut off the perception itself. So there's no feeling. So you've done the samadhi completely. So sila is done, samadhi is done, prajna is done. Welcome to the graduation ceremony. So you can now get graduated. Then the master's is arhat. And that's it. So how you get there is dependent on how you work out. Yes.
So I have a doubt. So once a person becomes arhat, are you saying he doesn't have to do vipassana anymore?
No, nothing. See, once he's wait. So wait a second. Let me explain to you. When he is a sotapanna, he doesn't have to do a sila business. When he is an anagami, there is no samadhi business. When he is an arhat, there is no panya business. I am doing all of this because I have still not reached anywhere. And hence I require it. It's I could call it as if you look at a house building, you've seen it, they put scaffolding, right? Are scaffolding really something to do with the house? No. So once they build the roof, they remove the scaffolding. In the same way, sila is a scaffolding for sotapanna. So once you are sotapanna, there's no need for a scaffolding being there. And the samadhi, that is Nirodha Samāpatti, is a scaffolding for an anagami. And once you are reached an anagami stage, what's the point in having a scaffolding? No need. And panya, prajna, wisdom, is a scaffolding for an arhat. Once you've got an arhat, you don't require the scaffolding. So there is no samatha and vipassana at all once you have completed the journey. Why would he go and sit somewhere and do this stupid thing? He's always in that. See, now let's forget about me. Let's take Shenial, who has reached anagami stage. Does he really have to sit and do this all the day? You can ask him.
No, I don't. It's just there, In terms of the wisdom, I have to consciously think about that, but samadhi is it's always there, it's just the default. But
Default mode network.
Yeah. But if I'm working and doing other things, like there's always samadhi there. But in terms of that wisdom, it's sometimes I'm not always aware of that. But as soon as I put my mind to it, it will come. It's not the default state that I'm in.
Okay, so that's all what it is, Jyoti. Nobody needs to prepare or do something. Now, once he has reached that state, there is no preparation required. There's no sankhara at all. Why should he sit and prepare? Like he is now taking the cushion and sitting. He's still doing it as a separate issue, but he doesn't have to. I don't think so. He has to. Even he has a swimming pool at his house. He can sit near the swimming pool and get exactly the same effect as what he was doing with the cushion. In fact, much faster than the cushion thing. As simple as that. So why should somebody sit and do something? You don't have to. Yes, Shani.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it's almost like habit. You get into the habit of sitting and doing those things, but you're right, I can be wherever, and it's naturally there. I just need to, like
Invoke it. You just have to invoke it. It's just like, command, control something, and then it's there.
Exactly. And even if I sit like within a few breaths, like that really strong samadhi is there. It's always there. Like you said, you just have to invoke it. But it's habit. Out of habit, I keep doing.
Yeah, that's all. So you created a new habit. So it triggers that, and that's it. Just like you create a like in iPhone, you have shortcuts, and you created a shortcut, and just press that, and you're there. And in fact, let me ask Shaniel, so other benefit. You don't have to do from first jhana onwards. You can just remember the jhana, you're there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like, yes, you just jump. It's nothing like, oh, I need to start with fast, and second, oh, this is Rupa jhana ending, oh, wait a second, let me check. Oh, yes. No, absolutely not. You can jump to 9 directly. There's nothing like you have to do 8 and then see what happens. No, you can jump to 9. And that's how it is. It's so seamless.
The other thing I noticed is like even various jhana factors and other things like metta, I can just invoke that too, and metta will start flowing. Piti, pasadi, or any of these things, like you can just call up and it's there.
Yes.
Which was strange to me when first that started happening, but that's my experience.
No, that's how it is. It's so seamless. There's nothing like you're practicing something. There's nothing to practice. You are that. It's just a default now. So earlier default was sensuality. Now the default is jhana. That's it. It just keeps on going there. No longer you will get associated with sensuality because it doesn't even exist. It's not an existential crisis. So to say that, oh, you know what? Like he went to Las Vegas and he went so many places recently, doesn't mean that he gets overly tensed about it. No, he will be doing his normal business, but then he's not connected with it. Absolutely, he'll be unconnected, but he's completely connected. Doesn't mean that if he's gone on a meeting and he would look like a crazy guy who has come and he doesn't even know what he's talking. No. He will be full of senses, talking what he has to speak for his company. But is he bothered about it? The answer is no. So it's a different thing altogether, Kalyan. I don't know how else to explain to you using the same examples, but that's how it is.
Uh, my query here is like, sir, suppose that person, if he had stopped invoking, it's still there. We're saying so. So is it so? Whenever like I'm hearing somebody has reached the jhana levels or a state of anagami or maybe it's a conditioning. The instantaneous thought that pops in is like that person is stainless. Like he cannot fall back to worldly crimes or anything. So that is also kind of like parameter for that person to check if that person is anagami or arhat, right?
Yes, absolutely. So let me put it in this way, Kalyan. First stage, Sotapanna. Can he do what Shaniel has done? No. Absolutely not possible. Can he understand this concept? No. Can he even comprehend this arupa itself? No. Meaning, he can read. He might write books on that, but he doesn't even know what it is, let alone experiencing it. He wouldn't know. I'm telling you, he wouldn't know. Okay, then does he know about rupa? First jhana, second jhana, third and fourth? No. That means, can't he do it? He can do it a little bit. Then what Nibbana has as a Sotapanna seen then? It's a temporary suspension when he is understood the five aggregates or something is understood and that moment will come and it's gone. That's it. That much the chitta has changed. So, if he says, I don't have to prepare for anything, it's true from that perspective. Like a metta, he just invokes, and initially when he was doing metta, and now what he does metta are two different things. Initially the metta, what he would have done on Goenka way is something just saying it, I be happy, this be happy, that be happy. It's fine, but you're not getting that deep thing which you have passed that metta. That won't have happened to him, like what is happening now. Now here, he doesn't have to prepare, he just has to invoke. And it just surfaces. Like I've been telling these people that you can do metta by looking at everybody's eating, everybody's suffering like this. Everybody is basically the same thing, so there's no everybody. That's metta. Because then that will cut out your comparison. Where basically everybody is doing the same thing. Hunting for a job, hunting for shelter, hunting for clothing, and taking care of their health. What else are we doing? That's metta. Nothing else is there. That's all what we all are doing. If you can really experience this, then you're literally in metta and you will get compassion, karuna. Now, when Shaniel achieved this or Ravindra achieved it, I feel so glad that they have passed the entry. Wow, what a nice thing to happen. That is mudita. And there's equanimity, upekha. So the four Brahma Viharas can be easily be done at an anagami level without effort. And at a sakadagami level, with good amount of effort, he can do it. But very good amount of effort. It's an effort driven. At Sotapanna, whatever Goenka talks is fine. That's the best thing he can do. That's all what it is. So we need to check where we are before we get confused or worried. Should check, am I Sotapanna? Has it happened? Has this happened to me? Am I very sure about it? Yes, tick it. Done. Don't have to worry about Sila now. Sila is 100% guaranteed. You are not going to break it. So there's no point in every day sitting and saying Panati, Pata, Adina, Dana. That thing, ritualistic thing is no longer required. Done. You're not going to break it anyway. It's over, game over. And once you get into this Nirodha Samāpatti, the samadhi is over. That game is over. Then you don't have to keep on playing that game again and again. You just do like this, you're there. Now Shaniel has to work out on the panya, wisdom part. Nothing else. I also have to work on the same thing. He also has to work the same thing. And there's no need for both of us to sit and get into jhana when we both meet. Yeah, it's good to go into jhana, but that doesn't mean that our focus area for the whole month we are meeting is jhana. No. It's moving ahead than what we have done. Like that. So we need to know ourselves. That's the best way of Buddha Dhamma. Yeah, we can take pointers from many people. You can, some of these Australian group, they're taking pointers or coaching from Shaniel, which is fair. And these people from US also, they're taking coaching from Shaniel, which is also good. But they themselves have to do it. You can take help from anyone. I'm fine. If you're thinking, if somebody thinks that your talk is totally high and we want to get to the ground level, okay, Shaniel is there, just get attached with him and do it whatever you want. But again, he cannot do for you. It's impossible. I might listen to what Shaniel is saying and say, oh yeah, this happens and that happens. Okay, then I'm imagining it'll happen one day. No, nothing is going to happen. Nothing. Unless I put effort. So this is Nirodha Samāpatti. So when you have Nirodha Samāpatti, there is no thing called as objectification. And one level below is the Arupa jhanas. There are no objects at all. No body and nothing. And in the first four jhanas, there are no body. Gross body is not there. That means the body sensation don't appear in the jhanas. Because the body sensation is Mara. It doesn't work. So in the Australian group yesterday, I sent a message with that sutta because there's confusion that, especially when we do Goenka course, the confusion that in the jhana also the body sensation is there. And the one single answer is no. There's no sensation. So if you're getting some sensation, then you're not doing it proper. You're still not reached, you're still not transcended the gross form. And hence you're getting it. Then the question comes, then there's no rupa, you mean to say, no, there is rupa, but it's subtle. There is rupa. I'm not saying there's no rupa, but that experience is totally different than the gross sensation, like heartbeat sensation, or throbbing sensation, or pulsating sensation, or a heat sensation, cold sensation, itchy sensation. You'll transcend all of that. There's no sensation of that at all. It's not there. And that's how you transcend it, and that's how you skip Mara. Any question, anyone? Okay, let me show you that as a proof. Here it is. who has blinded the Mara, put out his eyes without a trace and gone where the wicked one cannot see. It's just not possible that Mara can find you from the first jhana itself. Forget about Mara finding you later. Yes, Shania?
So is that why they say like the hindrances are gone then?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. You hit a bullseye.
Mhm.
And the reason why we can't do 18 hours breath watching because we have hindrance. That's the thing. It looks impossible thing because that's a hindering. There's something hindering it, right? See, when I come and say, hey, Shaniel, I can't do this, it's a simple thing that I'm a hindrance. See, you take Mind Eliminated book, which you are all are practicing. They're taking it like a task. Does it work? Initially, yes, but you do it every day. It becomes a task based. It's not going to work. It's a hindrance. You have to live by it rather than doing something. So what happens? There's nothing which is happening. So you end up in stage 1, 2, and 3, a maximum 4, and that's it. It's a very slow progress because I say I'm not finding time, I'm busy, I have to go there, I have to go here. Today I have got some kind of cricket thing, so it means all other priorities are the first priority, and this is something, let's say you message in that group saying that today I'm not joining, and then they sit and do, and that's fine, but actually that's not the right way either. Irrespective whether somebody is there or not, it's a continuous process. But it seems like you're driving the whole show. Which is fair, but it can't be going on for years together that, we meet and just like what Goenka thing is, every Sunday we meet and then we have 1 8-hour session. Yeah, it's fine, but it stops there only. It doesn't go beyond it. It's
Yeah.
good. It's good to do. But we get caught up in that, and that's all we think it is.
Yeah, definitely. You're right. You have to make it part of your daily life. It's one of the things that I say to all of the Dhamma friends in those groups. You can't just come for 1 hour and do that. You have to be incorporating it. Otherwise, you're wasting your time.
Yeah, it's like 7 p.m. Oh, yeah, I was doing something. Just remember, you know what? I need to log in at 7 p.m. and I'm logging at 7 p.m. and 7 to 8. And we share for the next 15, 20 minutes. Oh, how did it go? How did it go? How did it go? And then after that, some discussions for another half an hour, 9:30 or 9 o'clock, hit the bed. And life as usual, right? There's absolutely no change from the morning till 7 p.m. that day, which is not a right practice. You've not internalized it. You're just doing for the sake of doing it, and nothing is going to work. And due to that, like Bobby was asking the other day, he thinks the Rupa is there. Because now you go by what Goenka says. What's your experience? That's most important. What Goenka experience, you leave it. What's that you experienced? Yourself have seen it. And when you see the sutta, you know this is exactly what I've experienced. This is how it is. So there's no doubt. Otherwise, there's doubt. You know what? Arupa jhanas, there is nothing. I agree, because it says arupa. When rupa means arupa should be there. So now I'll argue that I should have body sensation, and I have body sensations. Crazy. How can that be? If you have body sensation, it means you're in the Mara domain. As simple as that.
I think there's confusion between those gross body sensations, and like what you were saying, the more subtle ones too, they kind of all get lumped into sensation, you know? Like,
Exactly. I understand. So, unless I have walked on the path I've seen for myself, I'm fine with Goenkaji. He's too good a teacher. It's fine. Respect. Keep the respect. But what does the Buddha say? What does the Buddha say? I need a Buddha. I don't require anybody else. Just go by what Buddha says. Let me try and see what's that I've learned. And then it strikes. When it strikes, you've experienced it. There's absolutely no doubt. So, should I sit and do something? Nothing. Should I sit on the couch? If you want. Should I sit on a sofa? Like Shaniel, you have a huge sofa at your home, and then should I come and ask you that, Shaniel, should I sit down or should I sit on the sofa? Should I sit straight or should I sit slanting or should I sit this way or that way? What crap. And it's not about sitting, it's about being there. So I can be just sitting and be in the nine chan, and that's it. And then work out my liberation. That's main goal, main focus area. And could I now train anyone as an arhat? This is simple now, anagami. Because at least I've seen somebody becoming an anagami in front of me. So at least I get that confidence. Yeah, you know what? This is possible. When people say Sotapanna itself is impossible, we have somebody who can go beyond that. You go to any vihara and you ask assistant teacher, is Sotapanna possible? They say, no, not in this life. And that's crazy. Anyway, but at least we have someone who is an anagami. At least you've seen someone becoming an anagami in front of you. I feel so glad. At least someone can do this. It gives such a, I feel such a confidence that, this is something achievable. It's not just by coincidence. If you follow the exact steps, you're there. So now I can rely on Buddha Dhamma, because it's, even though the Buddha is not there, the Dhamma is there. It just walks you through. That's all I had to say, from 1 to 9. So, Kalyan, it's like this. You need to attain the 4 Rupa Jhanas. And for that, you need to be a Sakadagami. To be a Sakadagami, you need to come out of 8 worldly way of living. And then you're done. Then you can enter into jhana. So when I met Shaniel, for the first time when I saw in his eyes, I felt that, at least one guy has gone more than a Sotapanna. Good fight. Or a good, at least the vibes will be good, that we can work out something together. If somebody is lower than that, and that's like you scratch your head and how to make them understand, because it's so hooked on to Goenka technique. It's an addiction or obsession. How do you get out of it? And like in the case of Mrityunjay, he's obsessed with Abhidhamma. I feel so much for him that when we cut him off from that Abhidhamma, because he has to get to that level of Anagami to see Abhidhamma. Otherwise, it's no use. Absolutely waste of time. So I was feeling, we need to see like that. So in your case, especially, your crossing over is still not crossed. So carry on with what you're doing. You need to reach a Sakadagami. You're coming close. First finish that. Then I'll help you to get into the what you want to ask. Then I'll tell you how to cut the lines and get there. Another 9 more steps left to Sakadagami. I can even tell you that. Do that and let me know. And don't ask me what are those steps. I will tell you later. First try. First do whatever you're doing. You'll get there yourself. Then I'll tell you what did you do to get there.
Sir, yesterday, while doing like this thing, for a very short period of time, and I'm not saying like because I have heard you saying or it's mentioned somewhere, but it like it's a very, I don't know what it was like. So that I was observing my breaths, and at the same time, whatever was popping, I was like doing the vipassana, and a very short period of time, there was no breaths, and there was no like as if I was tracking the time with that I was counting as if my whole time was passing by with me observing. That observing was not there. Like as if someone has edited a film and cut a middle portion. So that happened like for a very short period of time, and then it was gone. It never happened again. So
It'll come back. It'll come back. That's the reason I told you. When I see
is this what feeling of non-I is?
Yes, you're getting into non-dual. So it starts now. Develop it. You get into Sakadagami. You get that fruition. You'll come to see that. Okay. Once you see that, then you are on the highway to Anagami. And this thing will start to increase. Where you feel you're watching a movie rather than you being there. Got the point. Everything looks like out of a screen. So the world is moving around, but you're there. And when that happens, it seems like you're having a universal consciousness. And for the very first time, you'll understand what is infinite consciousness that means. So either you'll get an infinite space experience or you get an infinite conscious experience. Rarely you will get nothingness experience. Initially, when you're moved from Sakadagami. And then when you start observing it, it goes in steps. So now you can put the first Rupa Jhana again. That is first jhana, second, third, fourth, 5, 6. And you reach 7. So you know for sure you reach the 7th one. Okay, where you lose your self. There's no self. Right? And without self, there's no perception. So you get to the 8th jhana. So now you know you can do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in the descending order, or 1 to 8 in ascending order. And then after a while you are just watching the 8th one, you get Nirodha Samāpatti. Like one day Shaniel had it while sitting on a sofa. So it will keep on reducing. This perception keeps on reducing and reducing and reducing, and suddenly it just stops. There's no perception and there's no feeling. And when you wake up, from that, you know you had this experience. Now, can you reproduce it? Yes, you can. And you would know exactly how you did it, not something random. And the fun thing happens. After a while, you can mention the number or the name, and you are there. Because it has taken that perception. So it knows this equals this. So it's not perception. And then you let go of the perception and it switches off. So now you can be in perception and you can exit out of the perception. Got it?
That I cannot relate, but maybe that will happen.
It will happen. No, I'm just saying got it intellectually. I'm not saying got it as an experience. No, you are very far away from that. Just saying that's what would happen to you. And like what happened to Sheniel, the same thing will happen to you. But you're slightly far away from what I had seen Sheniel about. But it's fine. I mean, you're reaching.
One thing, sir, I have observed in my daily life that you have told this right. Like you do not have to look at the sealers. Like automatically, like the akushalta never comes. Like when it pops, you see it and you smile. Like, oh, this is what was going inside my mind, and it just stops. You don't act on it.
Exactly. Absolutely.
That happens automatically.
It's like a police inside you. Right? Earlier, you had to find the police, and now you're a police yourself. And then anything coming, you don't even have to show like this, hey, like this. It just goes away. That's right.
I find it funny, sir. Like, I just like laugh.
No, because you're cross sotapanna, and that's the reason it is funny. You ask a person who is not yet a sotapanna, he'll be putting that effort to get his sila right. What to do? Good. All right. So we are done with this, and tomorrow we'll take something better. In fact, Ravindra wanted to share, so we'll see. Because it's holiday in India tomorrow, not today, tomorrow. All right. Good day and good afternoon once again, Sheniel. Have a great day ahead for all. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.